What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Fragger Builds. So right now I am just clearing out a little area for us to start building in today, and I do want to start by building up another little building over here, and I think I want this one to be sort of like a butcher shop, I guess. So they would be selling meat. And so that is my plan for this area over here. And as you can see, over there is where our first building was, which I have not finished yet. I did not have enough time off camera to finish it up and get the interior done. So this guy is pretty much the exact same that we left him off with last time. Even that copper roof up there, which that is definitely going to be the only copper roof in this entire village, because I really don't have a whole lot more copper, and I did probably about an hour's worth of copper mining off camera, and yeah, that is all the copper that I have from that hour's worth of mining. So copper is very difficult to get, which is why that is definitely going to be the only copper roof in this entire village. But as you can also see with the bricks here, I did do a little bit of tweaking to the brick texture, and I added some variants to it as well. So I think it looks much better than it used to. I really like the sort of darker bricks in there like that, and then we have some lighter bricks in there as well. So I am overall very happy with this new brick texture. I think it looks really good. Now, another thing that I want to get done today is the pathways, or at least I want to figure them out. So I'm not entirely sure what kind of pathways I want here. I'm not sure if I want like stone pathways or dirt pathways. I really want to get that figured out today though, and I honestly might let you guys decide on whether or not I do a stone pathway or a dirt pathway. But I am also thinking about potentially doing a stone pathway for the city center, or the village center, not the city center, which would be somewhere around here. So there would be a stone pathway coming in here, and it would be stone throughout here. And then for some of the outer parts of the village, like our butcher shop over there, and a few other houses and shops around this lake area, I would probably do dirt pathways between them. I don't know, that's something that I'm considering. I may not do it like that. I'm not entirely sure. I'll figure that out all later. And I also honestly might just let you guys help me out with that decision. But anyway, to start off this episode, I am going to get this area over here cleared out a little bit more so that we can start building up our butcher shop. And I think I'm also going to get started a little bit on building it up, or at least getting it planned out, so that you guys don't have to go through that process, because we kind of went through that process together last episode. So I'm going to get started on building up our little shop area a little bit. So I am just filling in the rest of this floor here, and I've gotten this pretty well finished, and I did not mean to do that. Right now I just have the bottom floors here done, and it is a 2-building thing here. So we have the main shop area in here, which is made out of bricks with spruce posts in it. And then we have what is going to be the main living quarters, which this bottom layer here is made out of deep slate. And I did mix in a little bit of smooth basalt in here, just to kind of break up the texture, and also to try and preserve the same color palette, because the smooth basalt is very similar to the deep slate in color, that is, and it's really just like a little bit smoother of a texture than the deep slate is. So I think it works very well to kind of break up that deep slate texture. Anyway, this is supposed to be like the cellar area down here, so there will be a lot of storage for various things, including some of the meats that are going to be sold in this butcher shop, and then also like other random storage stuff. And then up here is going to be where the main living quarters are going to be. and I'm not exactly sure what kind of layout I'm going to have yet. I think it might just be like a 1-bedroom thing, and then the bedroom will be in like this corner, and then you'll have like a living area and a kitchen area over here, and then like a little hallway thing to go up and down this staircase here. That is a very basic plan though of this area, and it's probably going to eventually change, but that is generally kind of what I want to do with this upper part. And then for the walls up here, I want to use something a little more yellow, and I think I might actually try and use end stone. I'm not entirely sure how that is going to turn out, and I do have some end stone over here because I did do a little bit of end stone collection between episodes. If I can find it, here it is. Here's the end stone. I have quite a bit of it, and it is definitely enough to make that house, but I am still not 100% sold on the whole end stone idea. But what I want to try and do for this area here is to have a bottom texture for the wall, and I think I'm going to do barrels for that. So something like that, and then there would be end stone on top of these, and I think that would actually look pretty cool. I do want to have it be a little more of like a spruce texture, and I'll actually probably have this coming out a little bit with some stairs, so it's overhanging this area a little bit just to give it a little more depth. And then the barrels will go on top of these trapdoors here. So kind of something like that with the end stone on top of it. I'm not entirely sure. If I don't like the end stone, then I'm probably going to use either stripped birch or sandstone. So it's still going to be a yellow texture. I just kind of want to try and use end stone. And then for this butcher shop here, I am probably just going to do a spruce roof like this, and just have this part come down and then have this part come up, and then cover the entire shop like that, and then just fill all of that in. So I think that's going to be my plan for the roof here. It's a very simple roof, not much going on, and I'll probably have this overhang a little bit on this side as well, and maybe even overhang on this side potentially. I do kind of want to add some other texture in the walls here other than brick, but I'm not entirely sure what texture I want to add. I may do terracotta potentially, I'm not entirely sure. I also thought about putting in some smooth sandstone in there, but I kind of did that over there already, and I don't really want to repeat that again. I kind of want these houses to feel a little more unique. I'll figure all of that out later, and I should probably light this up so mobs don't spawn at night. So another thing that I thought about doing instead of the barrels is having the end stone come across like this, and then placing spruce signs along the outside here. So I just want to see what that would look like really quick, and see if that is potentially something I would want to do. I don't know. Let me put some end stone on top of the barrels there. I think that would help get a better picture of what's going on here. So I honestly think I like the barrels a little bit better. I don't know. I still like the spruce signs, but I think the barrels are just a little bit better for what I want to do. And it fills out the texture a little bit more instead of it just being like a little strip across the block. So I think I'm going to go with barrels. Now I am probably going to put a window here. I'm not sure about putting a window there, but that is the general idea for this place up here. I will need to get some more spruce because this is literally all the spruce that I have right now. So yeah, I'm going to have to go get some more of that, which I have a spruce mining operation over there, or a spruce gathering operation. I don't know what you would call it because it's technically not mining. So I am definitely going to have to get more spruce, and I'll have to take those signs down as well. But I'm going to get building up on this a little bit more. I don't really like how tall that is. I Yeah, I don't like how tall that is. I might do something with that. I'm not entirely sure. I don't even know what I would do with that. Anyway, I'm going to get started on building this up a little bit more, and then I'll come back to you guys. As you can see, I've been working on this place a little bit more, and I don't know if I'm completely happy with it. Right now, it just looks kind of alright. So I did swap out these spruce pillars on the shop area for stone brick pillars, and I think it looks better in the context of the shop area, but I think it kind of makes it stand out a little bit too much from the house area here. So I'm not sure if I completely like that change. I may go back to spruce pillars. I'm not entirely sure. Additionally, this roof needs a lot of work. It is way too basic, and I honestly think I'm going to make it sort of like a slant, like that, going up against the side of the house there, which is really going to help out with the one thing that I don't really like about this house, which is that wall there. It just lacks so much detail, and it's very flat, and I think that would help with that a little bit, making the roof a little more slanted. I also lowered this by 2 blocks, this entire house area, because I didn't like how tall this was, and I think this looks a lot better. It's still a little bit tall, but I think it's fine. And unfortunately, because of that, I did have to make this go down like this a little bit in order to get into the cellar here, and then you do have to go up in order to get into the shop area here like that. But overall, I think this was the right change to make it a little bit shorter. And then of course here you have these stairs coming up to the main living quarters, and for this I already have it pretty much laid out how I want it to be. So you have this hallway here which will go into the kitchen area, which is in this corner here. And then there will be like a little dining area right here in front of the main doorway here. And then back here is where the bedroom is going to be. So I really like the layout of the interior for this one. It's just the exterior that needs a lot of work. And I've also been really trying to find spaces where I could add some little details here and there, and I can't find any. And I don't really know where to add detail on this one and where not to. And it's really kind of making me a little bit frustrated to build this thing, because I just don't know where to go with it. And I just don't know where to start either with adding details. Like this wall here, I don't like how flat it is, and I could add some texture variation to break it up a little bit to make it feel a little less flat, but it's still going to be flat, and I don't know what other details to add to here to kind of make it feel less flat. So it's just, I don't really know where to go with this one. And I honestly kind of feel like I just want to tear it down and start over, and I know I don't want to do that, because then that's pretty much this entire episode is building this up, and that would end up being scrapped. So I don't really want to do that. Like, I'm not seriously considering tearing everything down right now, but I'm afraid if I like put on the roof, that's gonna make it look even worse, and I'm seriously going to end up taking it down. Hold on, give me a second. Alright, that is taken care of. Anyway, as I was saying, I don't really want to put the roof on right now, because I'm just too scared that it's going to make it look even worse, and I'm really going to want to tear it down. So I don't really know how to proceed with this one, and yeah, I just don't want to make it so bad to the point where I actually do end up tearing it down. So I don't know, I'll see where I go with this one. I will say though, in regard to the end stone, I wasn't really feeling it at first, but it is starting to grow on me a little bit. I'm still not sure if the smooth sandstone would be better, but it is starting to grow on me, and right now that's not really the issue that I'm having with this place. It's just all of the lack of detail, and I don't really know where to add in the detail. Anyway, that's just where I'm at with this one right now, so I'll get working on it a little bit more, and hopefully it'll end up looking a little bit better, and I don't really feel like tearing it down anymore, so We'll see though. Hopefully I can make this one look good. So I am just collecting some wool here so that I can make some carpets for our house, because obviously I do want to put some carpets in there, and I think I'm going to actually try and do the interior of the house on camera with you guys. So I think this should be enough wool. I am going to dye it a gray color because I do want it to be gray. But I did spend a very long time looking for gray sheep, and there's a light gray sheep over there. At least I think that's light gray. Yeah, that is a light gray sheep, and I don't need light gray wool. I want the dark gray, and I hate the double tall grass because it does that sometimes. But anyway, I am going to dye this wool, and then we can get started on the interior of this house here. And before we get into that, you can see I finished the roof of this tower here. I did get enough copper for that. And I also have this house here in a spot that I'm pretty happy with. I did put a lot of these azalea leaves on the sides, and there are some spots that do look a little bit busy, especially the back side. But I think overall it does add a nice little extra bit of detail to this build. As you can see, this side is a little bit busy, so I may break it up a little bit, like maybe take out that section there. But overall, I think it does add a lot more to this build and makes it feel a little more alive. And I also did add some azalea leaves to this guy over here as well, and I didn't add quite as many, but I think it looks really good having a few azalea leaves on that one. It just makes it look a lot better. But anyway, I'm going to get some stuff collected for doing the interior here, and then we can go get started on that. Alright, so I have this shulker box here, which should contain enough stuff to do the interior, and then I also have these wood blocks here to help out a little bit as well. So I think I'm going to start this one off by laying out where I want the countertops in the kitchen area here, and then also the table for the dining area. So I'm probably actually going to move this stuff off to the side here so it is not in the way. And for these countertops, I think I am just going to use these spruce stairs, and I want them to kind of come along here like that. And then I also want to sneak a smoker in here somewhere. So I'm going to have to make one of those really quick. So I'm not sure where I want to put this smoker. Maybe here? I think that looks pretty good. And I will probably replace this one with a full block like that. So I think that is looking pretty good. And I do actually want to try something here. I think that looks alright, I guess. It adds a nice little bit of depth and detail to it. So I think that looks pretty good. I might keep it. But then for the table and chair, I want to use oak because I think that would look pretty good. I do want it to be different from the floor though. That's the main reason why I want to use oak. I don't want it to be the exact same. And I need to figure out how I want to do this. I think that is going to be fine for right now. I don't want to mess around with this too much because I do want to get around to the rest of the interior. So for the bedroom here, I want to have a little nightstand, probably here. I think that would make the most sense. And then I do want to take this guy, this lily of the valley, and put him in there. And I want to put a lantern here somewhere, but I'm not sure where. I may extend this across here like that and then put the lantern on there. Is this spawnable? I don't know if this is going to be accurate because of these windows here, so let me cover them up really quick. So this is light level 7 here, so that is spawnable, I believe. I believe it's 7. So I am going to have to put something here. I'll just put another lantern there for now. And then I do want to put some carpet in here. So I'll probably go with something like that. Maybe. I actually kind of feel like that might contrast, or not contrast, but blend in a little too much with the bed. I think I might actually make this white, a white carpet instead. So I'll probably add a few extra decorations in here, maybe put a painting on this wall in this bedroom here, but I think that's mostly finished, mostly how I want it. And then I do want to put a carpet in here on this guy. Maybe like that will be good. And then I do have this ladder here that goes up into the attic, which I probably won't do anything with. And I also actually want to put some slabs up there like I did in the bedroom, kind of going like that to section it off a bit. And I may actually put stairs, not there, there. Actually, never mind. I'm not going to put stairs there. I'll just do it like this and then put stairs there. I think that looks pretty good, and it helps section this off a little bit. So we have this area here, and then we have the kitchen and dining area here, and then the bedroom area. And I think I might actually put a window in here, to be honest with you, because I do want to let in a little more natural light here, and I think a window would actually look pretty good. Alright, so I'm probably going to take all of these azalea leaves off here. I may leave that one kind of like that, and I do want to get another one of those flowering azalea leaves to put on here like I did there. Actually, I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm going to leave that one open just to give a little more variety. And I did get one of these dark oak saplings to put in there, and I think that looks pretty good. I do kind of want to put a little more up here though. And I might get rid of that and replace that with a lantern like that. I think that looks good. And I do also want to put another flower pot there. And I'm going to put one of these guys in there. One of those mushrooms. And I do want to put probably, I guess, a potato. We could put a potato right there. I think that looks pretty good. And I do want to put a armor stand right here, and it is definitely nighttime, so I should probably sleep. Do I have an armor stand? I don't think I do, but I think that's in general pretty good for the interior so far. That this is kind of the general idea I want to do for this one. So now I need to move down to here to the cellar, and this is just going to be a bunch of barrels. So I'm going to place in all of the barrels here really quick, and then I'll come back to you guys and kind of show you what I have. Alright, so this is what I have for the cellar down here. So I have a group of barrels here, a group of barrels here, and a few barrels back here as well. And I just put in this divider here, and I got rid of all of the torches and replaced them with these lanterns. And I do have one more back here for some hidden lighting, because the light does come through these trapdoors here. But in general, I'm pretty happy with how this cellar looks. And then you can obviously get to it from the outside here. And I do want to get a few cobwebs, like put one here and maybe put one up there and a few more down here. I think that would add a little bit more to the atmosphere, but I don't have any of those right now, so I will need to go get some. But then all that I have left to do is this guy, and I do want to change this roof up here and probably have that going across there like that. And I don't have enough slabs because I'm gonna have to do that. But anyway, I'll deal with this roof later. Right now, I just want to get the general layout of this done. So I want to have the main counter coming across like this. Kind of like that. And I actually am going to replace that with a trap door that you can open and close like that to get behind the counter. I'm not exactly sure what else to put in this butcher shop. I do want to have like meat around here, but I don't want to use the armor stand stuff because I think that is a little bit cheaty because it's not in the vanilla game. I believe you do need to do like a data pack or something like that in order to do it. But that's basically all that I can do, I guess, to make it feel like a butcher shop. Yeah, that's the basic layout of this butcher shop, I guess. Just a countertop here, for the main counter, and then I'll probably put more meats in here as well, and maybe include some barrels as well. Kind of like that, I guess, and maybe some more over here. And then I can put meats on those and get some steak and stuff, because this is the only raw meat that I have right now. Anyway, that's pretty much the entire interior done. Obviously, there's a few other little details I need to do, and I need to fill in that window there. But that is basically it for this house. And now I want to kind of get a little bit of an idea of what I want to do for the pathways. And I think I'm going to let you guys vote on this one, whether or not you want to do a stone pathway or a dirt pathway, because I do not know yet which one I want to do. So this is going to be something that you guys are going to vote on, and you guys can tell me down in the comment section which one you like better. So I'm going to get the pathways set up here, and I'll probably just have a stone pathway coming in here, and then a dirt pathway going on over here. So these are your two options for the pathways here. This is the dirt pathway. It's just path blocks and coarse dirt, and I may introduce some other dirt variants in here as well, like podzol potentially. I do think this is a little bit basic, and if we go this route, I do want to change it up a bit and add a little more variation to it. But for now, I think this is a good start just to get a general idea of what I want to go with. And then I have the pathway splitting off here, so one part going over here, and then another part going over here. And then here is the stone pathway. And for little parts like this, with the wood storage here, I would have a dirt pathway connecting to the stone pathway. So it wouldn't all be stone, it would be kind of a mixture. But honestly, I'm leaning a little more towards the stone pathway here. I kind of like it a little bit better. But that may also be because there's a little more variation to this one, which I do want to add some more variation to this one here. So let me know down in the comment section below which one you guys like better. And we could also go a route of doing a combination of the two and have this one be more for the busier parts of the village. So like the village center, which, like I said at the beginning of this episode, is going to be somewhere around here. Is where the village center is going to be, like around this area, because I do want to have the main part of the village be this giant tavern that is out on this peninsula here. So let me know what you guys think about this pathway, whether or not we should do stone, or we should do dirt, or we should do a combination of the two, like have the stone pathway around the city center, and then for going off to the other parts of the village, it would be dirt pathway going off to like that butcher shop there, or other locations around this lake area, like other houses and stuff along there, along that end of the lake. So do let me know your thoughts about this down in the comment section. But anyway, that is going to be it for this episode, and I tried to land up there, but it looks like I didn't make it. So if you did enjoy this episode of Fragger Builds, then make sure to hit that like and subscribe button down below if you haven't already. And if you guys have any suggestions for this series or any other series on my channel, then make sure to leave those down in the comment section below. But anyway, that is all for this one, so as always, don't forget to keep building.